Hi, this is a follow-up video for the Dundee and Angus College bus community bus project. When I visited the other day to the college, I kind of mentioned UCS control in Autocad, and this can be very helpful in working with scans. This is the scan of the bus, and this is sitting kind of in the true kind of position in where it was scanned, so it's a very awkward angle to work with. So what we want to do is bring this into Autocad and kind of get it round so that we can work at it kind of orthogonally, so we can create kind of plans and sections and the like. So I've exported the scan already to an RCS file, so that's done. You don't have to sit and watch that happen again, that's a bit slow. So we'll just go into Autocad now, and I'll show you the scan coming in and arranging it so that it's facing us in a bit better orientation. Autocad to kick in to life. This is always a wee bit risky, kind of trying to capture things with scans, because they can, you know, be a bit heavy and sometimes crash Autocad, so you have to be a bit careful working with scans. So we'll start drawing, and you'll notice my cursor here is a different colour. That's quite useful when you're working on scans, so you can see it on top of the scan. So I'm just going to leave it on layer 0. Don't have to worry about the layers just now. So we want to attach the scan, so then the insert ribbon, we can attach the scan, and I've got it. It should be in here. It's looking for an RCP there. It's the RCS, which is the scan with all the photographs kind of removed. So this is kind of just the raw kind of scan data here. Not sure if you can see how big it is. It's just under a gigabyte there, so it's a big scan. But Autocad seems to manage these quite happily. So we'll open that, and we'll just let it come in where it wants to go. So none of these have got ticks. It'll just drop it in itself. Okay. So what we want to do is try and draw a line on this to give us a bit of control. Now we could leave the scan exactly where it is and work around the scan. So I'll just show you that happening. So say we wanted to be, working along the length of the bus. If I try and draw just a normal line, I'll turn all the O snaps off here. Okay, so I'm just drawing a line that by eye is as good a fit to the kind of direction of the bus. So that's looking okay. So press enter there. So I can then align the coordinate system to that line. So if you're working in AutoCAD, change to the 3D workspace. So down here we've got the workspace switcher, and usually you're on drafting and annotation. If you go to 3D modeling, then you can see this panel here, the coordinate systems. Okay, these named ones, these are fine for working your way around a cube, but obviously here our bus is, it's a boxy type object, but it's not lined up with the kind of north, south, east, west, which is what these are basically working with. So what we need to do is line up with an object on the screen. Okay, so which one of these is it? We can pick an object. I'm just trying to find I don't generally use icons. I generally type in my commands. It's not. None of them are the ones we want anyway, so that's fine. So the command is UCS and enter, and then you'll see here we've got all sorts of different options. If we go for object, we can pick an object in the scene, and that will just be the line. Where you pick on the line is important though, because that's going to determine which direction X follows. So if you see, if I pick at this end of the line, X is going to run down the line, which is probably what I want. Okay, if I go to the other end of the line, you'll see X is running the other way. So I kind of end up on the wrong side of the bus. So I'm going to pick X on this side. So I pick the line at this end. Okay, notice the grid in the background switches as well. And usually use the plan command in line along with this. So what that will do is bring us round to face the bus correctly. So plan and enter twice. Okay, so the bus scan hasn't been rotated, it's us that is we've basically turned our screen to face the bus. Okay, now you can see there, now we're kind of in line with it, that we're not, you know, brilliantly lined up there, but it's probably good enough just for this example. Okay, but that's not we can't see the side of the bus. Okay, that's what we want to do, so we want to be able to see the side of the bus so we can section it. So the axes here need to pivot. So at the moment X and Y is in the plan orientation. I want X and Y to be vertical, to be the side of the bus. So to get Y off the ground, I need to rotate around X, and that's where in the UCS command you'll see that the three coordinate directions are separated out so that you can revolve around each of these independently. So I want to revolve around X, so I pick X, and then it says how far around X do you want to go, and usually it's, you know, it tends to be multiples of 90. So, but I'm going to type it in. I don't trust just pressing enter. So I want to come upwards by 90, so that's a positive 90. Enter. Okay, so now you can see that I'm looking down Y, which means that Y is vertical. Okay, if we follow that up with the plan command again, we should be looking at the side of the bus. Okay, the ground that the bus was sitting on doesn't look as if that was horizontal, so this is where we could make, you know, a little refinements there, but it's generally in a much more usable orientation now. Okay, so we could save that as a coordinate system. So if I type UCS, enter, and then the S option, which actually doesn't show up, it doesn't kind of let you save it there. So type in S for save and return, and we'll call this bus side. Okay, so that becomes a coordinate system that we can go backwards and forwards to. So let's take this back to normal. So let's go back to the world coordinate system and do plan, and it's like we're back where we started. Okay, but I can jump now to bus side, use plan, return twice, and I'm straight back to the direction I want to be in. Okay, so that's one way of using the coordinate systems. Okay, we're leaving the scan where it is, and we're then kind of bringing ourselves around to face the bus. So shift and middle mouse, we can turn this over and look at it in 3D. Okay, so what I'd like to do really is kind of create a section on this. So it'd be easier if I was looking down on the bus again in the bus plan. So I've got bus side. If I take the UCS back one step, which you can do with this one, UCS previous. Oh, actually, UCS previous would be the world one. Okay, because that's we went from bus side to world. Okay, but if I go back again, it should be at bus side. If I go back again, we're looking for it to change to bus plan. So one more click. There we go. So X and Y are now in horizontal, and if I save that one, so it's UCS, turn, bus, plan. Let's try that again. S, return, bus, plan. That's better. Okay, so we've got a couple of UCSs now related to the bus. It's much easier to work your way around things. So plan and return twice, and then I want to create a section on the scan. So I click the scan, it goes into the tools that are related to the scan. We can create a cropping box so we can kind of see inside that. Excuse me. Or we could create a section plane. Okay, let's try the cropping box first. Let's do a rectangular cropping box. So we just want to go kind of right down the middle of the bus, but probably just a little bit further to this side so we avoid the cab. Okay, about there should do. Okay, and it says which which way do we want to crop? We can flip it to the other side if we wanted to. So if I what's it waiting for? Inside or outside? So here's the options. So we're on inside at the moment. So if I click outside, then we're looking at that. Okay, we go back to the home ribbon, give ourselves our bus side coordinate system, plan, and return twice, and we're inside the bus. So I think you'll probably find that this is the better way of tracing the bus. So you know, don't necessarily, I wouldn't try some of the tools inside here. You know, if I click on this, the section plane, you know, you can generate sections, but they tend to be a bit messy. They're not very good. So I think you'd find it much easier if you basically just trace. And I would, if it was me, I would trace without the object snaps on. I would just try and draw this, you know, as accurately as you can by just using your eyes. Don't try and use any automated stuff. So I've not got any object snaps on here. Okay, and well, just maybe create a new layer for my trace. Let's say trace. Make it a bright color so you can see it on top. So maybe a bright green or something. Go for one of these. Should do. Make that current. Okay, and then basically just start drawing. Okay, and you should, all your lines should be on the same plane. They will be on the bus side UCS. So what I'll do, I'm just going to draw a bit of shapes here so you can see what happens. So, and you just got to really try and interpret what's going on here. So if you think something's vertical, you know, put ortho back on. Okay, it's definitely kind of sloping this way. We're not absolutely sure what's going on here, but you can kind of correspond this with photographs as well. Okay, bring this along so the floor looks generally flat in that direction. We get to the kind of bulkhead at the front. Okay, it's curved there, but I'm just going to trace it in little segments there. Come along here. A bit difficult to tell what's going on here. There's some kind of vents or something at the window. Let's try and just go around here. We get up to the ceiling. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm just going to kind of come up and along. That kind of looks like we're chopping through a ceiling there. So it's amazingly straight, isn't it? Okay, come around the back. It looks like we've got a window here, and kind of join back up. Okay, let's go to the end point now. Okay, so that's my kind of section through first floor. Okay, now if I turn that into a block while I'm in the bus side UCS, I can then go back to the normal planes, the normal world coordinate system, and bring that section back in. So we kind of end up with our drawings flat in the normal manner. So what you do is just block this. So B return, and I'm just going to call this top floor section. So TF sect. Okay, can't think of anything better to call it. I'll pick a point on the section. So I'll take the end point of this line. Okay, select the object. Enter, and OK. Okay, so it was created in the bus side UCS. So watch what happens now. If we go back to 3D view, and see the sections kind of floating there. It doesn't matter where it is. Okay, go back to the world coordinate system. Okay, and then bring back in that block. Okay, so it's insert, TF sect. Oops, something went a bit strange there. Did it arrive? I'm not sure. I'll do that again. Insert, TF sect. Here it is, stuck on my cursor. It's in the world coordinate system. So just drop it there, and you know, we just develop our drawings in that manner. So kind of do all your tracing, block it, go back to the world coordinate system and paste it back in, and it's nice and flat and easy to set up a layout. Then trying to orientate these into layouts is quite tricky. But I hope that's kind of giving you a little idea on how the scans can be worked with in AutoCAD. You know, any problems or anything, give me send me an email, r.white@dundee.ac.uk. Okay, thanks and good luck with the project.